Okay, today we can talk about how to create application from wizard features. So we can start to create application from scratch. Okay, and Oracle Apex provide a feature which is powerful. You can just create an application in 5 minutes, right? From a
Right.
spreadsheet, right?
Right.
And this application will have a more feature like faceted search, a few charts, graphics, some other statistics like dashboard, and so on. So let's have a look on this features. Okay, I'm just going to.
Okay.
So we will talk about this app builder. We can start to create new application, right? This is by a wizard.
Your screen is not updating, I think.
Screen is not appear.
Yes, not update because it's the hold on the local host and the some error message.
My screen it's shared. So what you mean by it's not updated? Now you can see my screen. Okay, I have shared my screen on create an application. Can you see this?
No.
Okay, so let me stop sharing and start sharing again right here. Now?
Yes, now it's okay.
Okay, so I just started, okay, cancel this from an application builder here. You can create, right? Have create. We have a choices here. You can choose new application or create application from a file or a starter application. The starter application, it's install one of many simple and starter applications from the gallery here. So you can learn from this application. It's made by Oracle. It's a, let's have a look on this. They have a simple approvals application, simple calendar, a simple cards, charts. Okay, so you can just install one of these and start to learn from this application. Okay, it allow you to access the source code, okay, for each page or for the whole application, so you can learn from this. And this is a something useful for you as a developer. Okay.
Okay.
Back to create from as a wizard. So we will create a new application. We will call this as our first application, right? First app. From here, you can choose the appearance, which one you like, right? And also you can choose the navigation to be on the left side or to be on top, okay? Or it can be a mega menu like this. So we will start with this, and later on we can explain how you can just turn this from left side to top side. Right.
Okay.
Save. By default, when you create application, you will have for sure a home page as a blank. Okay, you can edit and start to add some regions, graphics, charts, and so on. Also, you have a features. You can select all features. You can just select one or two features like about page, theme style selection, access control, feedback, right? And other features you can choose to select all or unselect all. For now, I'd prefer to just select this and this one, right? and also maybe feedback. We will talk about this one. Okay, just press. Okay, yeah, one more thing here. We have the schema. If you have more than one schema, you can select the schema, which it will be linked for your application, right? So your application can parse, right? Parsing this schema to deal with the database object. Okay, and for sure, for first time, yeah, the authentication should be Oracle Apex. Later on, you can change it to be, or you can choose database account. Later on, you can change to your own authentication, right? And the application ID, it will be 108. Primary language for your application. By default, English, and also you can choose Chinese, Indian, or other proper language. Okay, let's have a look on this. Just create application. 1 minute, and you will have your first application. Okay, run this. You can have your authentication as a Oracle Apex Express. So I have a user called Magdi, so I can access my application. Right. Yeah. Sorry about that. Okay, so we have the navigation menu on the left side. We have just a home page, right, which is null. And we have some other features like we have feedback here. This is a one of this is feedback feature, help feature. Okay, you can read about this application. You can add more by editing this page. You can add description about your application. Okay, and so on. Here we have just the username. You can have a URL to log out. And we have access control here. We have user, how many users we have. We just have one. You can add more user. And I think we can talk about this, okay, later in something called control. Yeah. Access control. Remember, this is the theme we chose. Okay, we can change the theme to be right from here. I can choose the Redwood or Vita only, and just start to apply changes, and you will have a different theme. This is how you can create a Apex application from a wizard, right? Wizard a feature. We can start, okay, to create right application from scratch. I think it will be the same, right? It will be the same, or yeah, we can import application already exists. I mean, existing application already designed on another environment by Apex. Right, like this one. Just need to import, or we can select from here and import the existing file. I need to look for, I think this is a one of your my application. So you just select the file here, okay, and make sure you just select file type to be an application page component. Then start to go with the process here. It will ask you for parsing schema as well, build status application, right, to be run only, so no one can develop on this application anymore, or you just can choose run and build application. This means you can edit, and this bar, it will be displayed right for a developer only, not for end user. Auto assign new application, or you can reuse the same ID, right? Or you can change ID to whatever you want. Okay, start to install application. So this is a second way of how to install or create a new application. You can start to edit. This is the pages we have, right? And this is the second way. So we learned how to create new application, how to import an existing application, and also we can learn about how you can export application. Actually, you can export more than one component, like workspace. You can export workspace, you can export application, theme, plugins, user interface, default feedback, catalog, and so on. But yeah, our focus here, it will be on application. So I have a list of my applications. You can select whatever the application you want to export, right? First application, we can export to this. We have radio button like this. You can turn on, off, whatever the features you want. By default, there are some it's enable and others it's disable. Right, but for now, yeah, just keep it simple, just keep the default and start to export. It will export a file like this, F108, which is the application ID.SQL, and have some information around all workspace, pages, some other, lots of information, right? So you can start to import this on another environment, okay? So yeah, now we've learned how to create, import, export. Okay, we have the second option of how to create application from a file. Okay, so
Magdi,
okay, yeah,
this session is already we have done, I think.
what you mean we have done? We have done before, you mean?
I think this all the topic are already covered by you in previous sessions.
No, I just followed the syllabus here. So I'm sure I didn't explain this before. Maybe you saw it in YouTube or something else, somewhere else.
Okay. Maybe some point are not covered in last session. Okay.
Okay, so if you need me to complete this, right, or we can pass this and move to another topic, so we can talk about another topics if you need this, if you know this, I mean. Okay. So let just me show you how you can just import import right, the application from a spreadsheet. So I will create an Excel sheet, right? Broad name, right here, a you can say quantity, right, price, total. We can say something like tax. Okay, broad group, and some other type, broad type. And we will just start to fill some data. And let's just make it simple, 10. Okay, we can type this as a broad 1. And this is as a broad 2. 2. All right, this is a quantity 1, 2. We can have this. This is 10, 20. And this should be this multiply and this. And this should be this multiply 0.140. Group, okay, product group, okay, group 1. And sorry, group 2, group 3, group 2, maybe this is group 4. Okay, 1, 1, 1, 1, okay, 0, 0, 0, 0, etc. Okay. We can type this as a type name. So this is item. This is service. Okay, now we have some data. So how we can start to create a application from this. Back to our Apex, we can start to create application from Excel sheet right here. I can just select this. Okay, we have the sheet. Okay, do you want to create new table? I will call it products, right? Load data. Okay, create application. So I have imported the data, created new table, and I will start to create new application on that table. Let's see how many features we will have on our application, right? Okay, we have home, we have dashboard, we have product search, product reports, and also we can add another features like we did on the previous one. Just let's create this. Right, run this application, MACD. Okay, see we have dashboard. We can click on this and see a report. We can have a dashboard. This is, unfortunately, it's all the same, should be different, right? But this is one for quantity, one for price, one for tax, one for total. He just made some statistics for the column he imported. You can search here for the quantity of greater than 2 or less than 2, between 2 and 4. We'll filter this. You can see right, show charts here, right? And also you can see the chart by this format for total. Okay, for tax group, for groups, you can just select all products related to group 2 or just group 1. Okay, so this is something called faceted search. Okay, you can reset this. You can search by a group, right? See here. Okay, it filtered data by the search type, right? And we have also product report here. It's interactive report. You can download, you can do edit, right? Like change this to be something else, or change the product name, or change any other rows, create a new one, right? So just in 2 minutes, okay, you have created a whole application with a dashboard, visited search, report search, and some other navigation. I think this is a much better, I mean, this is a magnificent feature provided by Oracle Apex, okay? If you're working as a salesman or you work as an accountant and has file you just work on for 5 or 10 years and you need to just create application, right? It allows you to have some statistics and some other. I think this is one of the ideas you were looking for, okay, for how to create new application, right? So think about this. I mean, think it like this way, okay? Back to our service, we have created a wizard application from scratch and also from a spreadsheet, okay? What else we can cover today? We can cover a module number 6, understanding pages and region in Oracle Apex. If you just already know this information, if you have question about this topics, we can talk about, right? If you don't mind, we can start from the beginning, start to cover this one by one, okay? Do you have any suggestions?
I think we should read again. I think I don't have any idea related to topic number 6. Much idea. I have only some basic points.
Okay, so let's start on this to cover this one by one, okay?
Yes, I think.
Okay, good. Okay, by end of this session, I mean, say you should learn how to create page. Okay, you should know how many type of pages the page section, okay, and page rendering and process on the page, right? And you should know the attributes of Oracle Apex page, okay, how many region type or also as well, and all components you can add on your page. So let's go to our application here. So we can start with one of our application like product search, which is facet search, right? The page, it's it's our main component here, so you can add start to create a page, okay, with different type. We have something called page template, so you can create a page with left side column, like the one we have here. If you scroll down to the page body, right? First of all, we have 3 sections for our page. We have the rendering here, okay. We have pre-rendering and post-rendering, okay, and also we have component. Like pre-rendering, we can run some computation, process, and branches, right? On 3 section. I mean, before header, it should be called events, okay. When I can run this process or computation or region, should be after header, before header, or before regions. And the same as well for post rendering, okay. We also have we can create a computation and process. We will back to this later, okay, to explain what is the computation is and the process, and also branches, right? But right now we just talk about the page rendering for the page itself. Okay, so any component here, the most important thing should be, part should be components. So we have in this component, you have to look, okay, for layout beside this. This is something called property editor. Okay, so any component you just selected here, okay, you should see highlighted, okay, here in layout, and you should see some different properties for each component. Okay, so once you select search, you will see so many attributes here for this region. Select breadcrumb, which is a different region. Okay, you should see something on the right side here for attributes. There some common attributes for all components. Okay, so for each component you can see layout, source, and appearance, identification. Right, if you notice here, we just select breadcrumbs, so we have a identification section, source, layout, and appearance, and something called advanced. It's already exists for the different region, which is here called faceted search. We have also the same sections here. Okay, and also for a different one, okay, which is called classic report. So we have common here, right? Except we have something else here for classic report. Order by, it doesn't exist, and here, and right, we don't have something called order by here, and for this one we don't have some section here called. So there is some section, it's common in all component, right? And for sure, for a different component has a different features like order by, like something read-only security, and some other new tab. Okay, maybe for this one we can have 3 tabs. If you enable printing here, you will see we have a extra tab. Okay, and the property, this features also it didn't exist on other regions except interactive report, interactive grid, but it's not exist for static, right? Didn't have printing here. So let's back to component here. We have layout, right? You can add we have 3 buttons here, one called regions. So this is a display all type of regions, right? You can just drag and drop, okay, whatever. Okay, by here you can just decide which position you need to drop this region. You can drop into header, into breadcrumb, right here. So I will have a new region in my breadcrumb position. Okay, if you look here, you will see the parent region where there is no region, and the position it in breadcrumb bar. You can just move this to another position on your page, right? Left column, so it will be on the left column. You can move it to body. You can drag and drop interactive report into body, right? You can drag also classic report into a bottom bar, and so on. So yeah, once you select this, okay. Once you select the region, you should know what position you dragged into, right? And there is some region need to it has a requirement field, so you have to fill this requirement to let the red color to be disappear or to be green. So you can read from here. You have region and have a table name, it's required. You have attributes called something, it's required, right? So once you see this component, it's colored by the red color. That means it has a, I mean, it has some fields is required. Okay. What else we have here on this layout? As I said, okay, from here you can drag and drop a regions, items as well. Okay, you can just drag a checkbox here. Okay, and this body you can add a button, icon button, hot button, and text. Okay, text hot and text with icon. So you can just drag and drop here. This one. Okay, save and let's run to see this. We have a new right button here and we have new check box. Okay. Yeah, this is how you can start to create your component on your page. Right, we can start to look for the different properties for each or some of our regions. Okay, just get back to controls on an Apex page. Okay, what is a page? A different section in pages, which is the position. Yeah, we will talk about page rendering, Apex page, process, Apex shared component, attributes for an Apex page. Okay. We talked here about this section one, which is called rendering. Okay, rendering means, okay, where once the page start to load into the browser, so which component will start to rendering sequentially. Okay, so this it will rendering as a first. It should be start from the top to the bottom. Okay. And we have section also called a dynamic action here. And we have something called events. Okay, so I can create dynamic action on page load level, right? We can right click here and start to create dynamic action. We can create dynamic action on something called change. A change actually for changing for the component, which is item, right? So once the checklist change or checked, once the list manager, the list changed, once the okay, the item change from 1 to 2, from A to Z, what should I do? What action should I take? Okay, so that means I mean, this should be for this types of items, and the click from who should be clicked, the item or button. The click is just for button. So once you start to click a button, what action should I do? And we have here a event called dialog close. If you have a page like this one, the report, and you have a dialog here. So what should I do once I cancel this dialog or close this dialog? So what should I do on this home or parent report? So this is how you can create action once the dialog home close. Actually, we have a dynamic action here. It's already created by Oracle Apex. Once you create a form on page, so we have dynamic action here called once. Let me show you. Okay, on page 4. Okay, leave it. On page 4. We move to right exactly to the dynamic action. We will have a dynamic action here created by default on dialog close. It says, okay, when dialog close, what should I do? Should I refresh the product report? Okay, that means, okay, when I start to create a new product, okay, what should I do in this report? Should I refresh here to be 1 to 11? because I created a new one. Okay, so this report should be refreshed to be, I mean, to get the recent data or the latest data. Okay, so this is the second section. It's called dynamic action right here. And we have another section called process. The process, it's the same as the dynamic action. It has a I mean, level point. Okay, you can create a process after submit. You can create computation branch. You can create also validation here. Okay, we will talk about this, okay, one by one. I mean, for process validation, etc. in next session. Right here also you can create some Ajax callback process. Thus you can create a branch after your process. So our page after it should run a sequentially, like after submit, what should the compiler or Apex engine do? So should it check the computation and process and branches, then validation, then process here, and the direction, okay, which is called branch, right? After process, where should I go? So like here, okay. Once I create this new product and after I press create here, where should I go? Okay, should I go to this page, this report, or I can go to home page, or I can go to dashboard? That means the branch. Okay, I can create branch here called go to page 66. Okay, so I should have a page called 66 in my application, and here after I finish the process I should go to this, okay, page 66 or 4 lines or whatever, okay, the page I need. And here we have something called page shared component. Okay, page shared component, it just right, show you some statistics, okay, and how many components divided by a component type, right? How many navigation menu, navigation bar, how many lists I have here in my page, right? I think this page has a, right, if you looked for template here, I have just a standard template for product report. How many button here for a text button? I have just one. How many region I have title bar region, which is called breadcrumb. How many navigation and breadcrumb here? Okay, right here I just have one. Okay, let's go to I think this one, it has a more than region. So from here you can see, okay, we just have left side template page, which is this page, right? And page item, we have one page item. We have a more than button here. Okay, we have reset and the new I've created. We have, okay, region for the type of region. Title bar, we have just one breadcrumb. For standard, we have two, right? Search and the product. For button container region, we have a region called bottom bar, okay, which has a template. So this is divided by template. Okay, so we have also classic report. It's some statistics, okay, about the component you put it on your page. Okay.
Okay.
Yeah, we have some other information here. You can search for all your page by clicking on this icon, right? Pop-up list of page finder. You can go to your any page, like if you type a 5 and press enter, it will direct you to, it will navigate you to the page number 5, right?
Right.
We have in page 5, you can move a up and down to navigate to the next or previous page. You can just type the number of page and press OK. You can close, right, or lock this page. We have a undo and forward the changes you have made. If you just change this to T quantity, you can just undo this, right? It just removes ID. You can get it back. Okay, redo, undo. From here you can. We have a icon. You can create a new page. You can take this page as a copy. You can copy this page. You can go to breadcrumb by clicking on Control and C, B. Right? You can go to shared component. You can go to page group and so on. Issue developer component. For this one, the most important one, it's called delete page. You can delete this page permanently. So you can go to this advisor caching history and check some other feature. This icon is just direct you to shared component, right? This is a shared component for application 110. And okay, if we just edit this, we have two buttons, one called save and one called save and run. So once you do your changes, you can just click on this save and run to save and run in one click. Okay. We can talk about, we talked about Apex processing, which is an Apex shared component, page rendering, right? Now we can talk about what region and the different attributes of an Apex region. Okay, so like we said, we talk about rendering, okay, dynamic action, process, and shared component of our page. Okay, back to the type of pages. Okay, I prefer to create new page and a blank page. Blank, okay, or page 7. Can call it 7. Page model, it's normal or dialog. I prefer to be normal. We can add navigation or breadcrumb here from here, but we will just go with a navigation. By default, just created a breadcrumb. From here, yeah, we can see this is just a page template. It's a normal or it's a normal page, not model dialog or not non-model dialog. Page template, it's a by default, it's theme default or standard. I think it's the same, right? Nothing added here. You just have a body. You can add a region. Let's say this is a region 1, right? We can duplicate this, call region 2. And we can duplicate this to be region 3. The most important thing here, it's the sequence, okay? The sequence should be, you should consider the sequence, okay, of how, who will be displayed the first or the top position. Okay, it's depend on the sequence. I can just make this to be in sequence 1, so it will move to right the top, right? And if you start to run this, you will see new 2, which is region 2, and the position 1, which is based on the sequence, right? I can make this to be 2, right? So just a consider this sequence. It's important.
Yes.
Okay. Okay.
Yes, you can proceed.
Okay, yeah. I would like to just explain, okay, the let's just okay show you how you can create a left side column page. Okay, so from here you can see you have a right column, you can have a left column, and the body in the middle. Okay, you can just move this to be on the left column right here. You can move this to be here. Now you can see you have a region 1 on the right column, you have region 2 in the left column, and you have region 3 and okay, this is a different template from page. Right, back to this, you can choose left side column, which is left only. You can choose login page, Mercury page, and something called minimal, okay, which has no navigation. It just used in once you need to print something on the screen, right? And right side column, it's a like left side column and standard. Okay, this is for the page type. Okay, let's talk about the region. Right, we have so many types of region. We have breadcrumb region, like that one we already have. We have static, okay, region. Like I said before, region, once you select this region, this attributes, it's displayed based on the type of region. Okay, so maybe you will see a new features based on a different type of region. Like if you select this as A4, you will see something changed and there is a required field, right? And some other features added here. Okay. You can search for any attribute here. Like if you search for security, right? A server side condition. Also, you can navigate this by clicking on this. Okay, just go to this section you need. You can go to security here. You can go to source from here and so on, right? And also it's the same for attributes. And if you have, let's just select this as a classic report. Okay, back to this as a classic report. Once we select source, I'm sorry about this. I'm sorry. Okay. What else? Okay, just yeah, the source, it can be I think we can talk about this attributes in another session, but let's go quickly with a different type of regions. So this I mean, source can be a SQL query, can be table or view, or can be function body return SQL query, right? Once we select this, we'll have a different attributes. We already have a session to explain, okay, what's the difference between interactive reports, classic report, and all related features and attributes, and the printing also, right, printing feature. Okay, right now we just focus on we have a statistics region, and the source, it should be HTML, so you can add any HTML code, and we have the editor here. It just help you to add some code. Hello from Apex, right? B, we can add also span, right, with style, right sheet, equal color, red, font size, bold. Right here, I am a Oracle Apex developer. Right here. And you can add more HTML code as you want. So let's see this. So from here, okay, this is because new region 2, it has no primary key. Right here, we can just, I think we just select the classic report. Classic report doesn't have any. Speak interactive report, interactive report. Five. Initialize for page 7. It's not mandatory for this to be as a primary key. Okay, so this is for a static region. Okay, we can add a new region here or sub-region. You can add create a region below this. It's a classic report. Also, should have the same issue. Yeah, see it. Yeah, we have a classic report region. We can also add so many regions. We can just move this region to be on the same level. Okay, 2 region and same level. Okay, this like this. We can add another region called chart. Okay, we can create chart or cards. You can create chart. Source data. Okay. Sorry. Local database. Query. We can select depth or D name right here. We can select count asterisk from M where depth number equal D dot depth number. This is from depth D. Okay, thinking group. Nothing else. Okay, we can just like this, and here the chart group has a required. Right. Sorry. I should take this to a serious. Not here. Right, has a required, also required item. So if you scroll down to, or you just click here, you will know which item is required. So from here, you can choose label to be D name, choose this to be okay. Sorry, yeah, this is a different type from right to chart. So we can move a chart here. What else we can create? We can create another region, create region below. You can choose, okay, whatever, interactive grid, interactive report, list, cards, flow reports, static content, tree, URL, help region. Right, help region just has a something like you need to add a some help. Okay, this is the help region. You can move it to be in a new, instead of this is start a new row, you can just make it in a new column. Also we can create a region called I think we enough with the region. We will explain this next session. Okay, so this is how you can create a different region by choosing or select different attributes here or fill the required attributes, right? And you have learned how to create a different pages template, left side, right side only, right side only, standard or theme. Also, we learned how to create a chart. What is the required on a chart region? What is required for classic reports? The source it's required to be to be from table or SQL query or whatever. It's the same for classic report, interactive report, and the interactive grid. We have a different type of regions like help region, breadcrumb region. We can create something which is more advanced. Okay, it's called PLSQl dynamic region. You can take the same query here. You can say begin, right, and we can make this as a sorry, declare. You can create this as a cursor E is right, then begin, then end. Start to use a built-in package which is called http.b to print a line in okay, in any HTML format you need. Okay, so just let me look first for E or I in E loop, right? Do this, okay, end loop. So this is a powerful feature provided by Oracle Apex. You can create a region called PLSQl dynamic region. You can do whatever you need to do. Just let me grab this. Okay. You can take all of this to this one. I'll call it PLSQl dynamic. Okay, sorry, dynamic region. I can just move it to be on the top, back to here, start to paste my code. So from here you can start to provide the this is, it should be d.name. So it should be I dot, which is the cursor value, I.dName, and this should be a okay. It should be I dot it should be here ems. So provide I dot ems. Okay, in the loop, we have semicolon here. Now we can see something, okay, designed by yourself. So you will have a shape like this. Okay, you can change it to be something nicer. So you don't need to do BI or so this can be. Okay, I don't know why in 2 column. Because this is okay. We can change this to BP, right? Like bold. Yeah, this is how you can build a dynamic action using CSS, HTML codes, etc., to design a nicer um, interface or some reports or whatever a region you need. Okay, like this. You can draw. Okay, if you more advanced or you know about CSS, HTML, you can draw a your region as you can. Okay, I think this is a great feature. You can display data from database, okay, inside by this region. Okay, what else we can talk about? Well, I think we covered all topics here. We have just 5 minutes. So if you have any questions, right, about this part, okay. Just let me know. Do you have any questions?
No, Magdi, I want to know what is a page editing, column editing. What is something like the in report columns? How can we edit and how can we change the layout and the appearance? Uh, when you teach me.
For what? I mean, for what?
Form page editing.
Form page editor. Say you talk about the form page. Okay. Okay, like this one. Okay, we have a form here. This is called a form page.
Yes, yes.
Okay, I think this will come in the next session. Okay.
Okay.
So we'll talk about this.
And one more question at that end. When we fill the form, and when you see some website or also when you fill the form and we have some option to click here, and all the form are represent as like a page. One side is passport size photo, one side is all the details we are filling there.
Okay.
How can we represent this? One second.
Okay, no problem. Okay.
Yes, Magdi.
Yeah.
Hey, 1 second. I want to show.
What's your question? Sorry, again.
I am just.
No problem.
Okay. Please give me access for screen share.
Okay, yeah. Stop sharing, you mean?
Yes, yes.
Okay.
For example, yes. ID.
Okay.
For example, we fill some data, okay,
Okay.
And when we fill this data, and I want to represent this data something like Word file, like.
Okay, yeah. I got you right.
Yeah.
So you need to fill
Here,
some.
this side the photo, and this side the name, details, and whatever we fill. So how can we represent this in our form in this format?
You mean you need to, yeah, you need to upload, I mean, you need to insert data like employee name, ID, some other data, and also to upload some document related to that employee, like image or Word file or whatever the type of files.
Okay, one second. I
Okay.
want to show something different. Reports. Okay, this is the user
Okay.
add for editing user detail report. Okay, I added a image and what is the type and activity, and I want to show this report in a word. Word, when I click this, for example, this is the editing page. Okay,
Okay, so
and
you
I
need to
want,
display the file inside this form.
yes, this detail into a word format. I want and I will fill all the data something dash, but for the reader only. Some users are reader na, so that's why when they click on the particular name and the ID, and they want to the view of the all the detail like this.
Yeah, okay, but let me see what okay, back to your report and start to edit what you have in this form. Just click on any one first row. Okay, you should have this.
Yes, this is only for the when I want to add something and add and I want to change something. Okay, for the I want to represent a view for the reader only.
Okay,
Okay,
for reader only.
something when we fill a form in website, then after the form submitting, they represent a word format or PDF format you want to see when we download this, and say and right side column they represent the photo and all the details and uh, whatever we are filled. Okay, so I want to show all the data in the PDF format also, and we can download this. We can able to download this all the data.
Yeah, okay, so next session I can okay prepare an example for you, okay, to see if that's what you want. Or okay, so I will just prepare you okay, let me share, okay, for 5 minutes I can show you something. Okay,
Okay.
okay, sorry, how I can find this. Okay, so you don't need something like okay, just let me show this. Okay. Apex electrical somewhere. And just let me show you this. Okay. Um, You need something like this page. Okay, now you can just see the information for the product, and you can see also the image here or the file you want, right? And maybe for reader, we can make this disable. Okay, so the user reader can't edit on this items. Is that what you want?
No. For example, I fill a form. You have a app, sample database application, and I have filled a form, and I want to create a purchase order. Okay.
Okay.
For example, we purchase order and we can say invoice. Okay, so we have after the filling all the data, we want to show the a PDF format. No, whatever you feel.
Okay, we have something here like this one. So this is like
Yes, like this. Yes, and we will take the print also.
And this, yeah, you can print it like this. Okay, but yeah, we can explain this, but this is it's not in our scope. I mean, but I can just present to you this how you can do this for, okay, what the keys for this for, okay, and so on.
Yes.
Yeah, I can show you. Okay, next session we can start to explain this. This form, how you can do a form like this. Also we can add some button here called print.
Magdi, I have some doubt related to these type of problems. I have listed all the doubt, and I will send you on the WhatsApp. And after that, you can prepare some data, and this is for good of both of you and for better time can you. Okay.
Good. Yeah. Okay. Thank you.
Thank you, man.
Anything else?
No. Right now, no.
Okay. Yeah. Okay. So